list is out. We now know what the top 10 best-selling cars worldwide were in 2021. And very interestingly, of the top 20, 3 of them were fully electric. Tesla Model 3 came in a pretty incredible 9th place in the entire world in terms of model sales for the year 2021. The next closest electric car worldwide was the Tesla Model Y. It points to the fact that Elon might be right. It's actually possible Tesla could sell more Tesla Model Ys next year than any other vehicle model in the world. Here's the full list, the top 20 best-selling vehicles worldwide in 2021. This includes every single country in the world, and it actually shows the Tesla Model 3 is going to hit an interesting ranking by the end of this year, jumping up potentially into the top 4 worldwide. Hello, my friends, and welcome. To the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate your support over the past 12, 13, 14 months since we started this channel. It's been a fantastic journey to go through with you and discover what's really going on in the global automotive industry. Now, these numbers are extremely misleading. I'm going to say that straight out. Extremely misleading because, for example, right, first place was the Toyota RAV4, also called the Wildlander in some countries. However, the reality is many, in fact, hundreds of thousands of these Toyotas were not built by Toyota. They were built by a Chinese company in China, where that Chinese company made 50% of those profits. The same applies to the third best-selling car in the world, the Honda CR-V Breeze. The same also applies to the Nissan Sentra. That was 4th place in the world. Chinese companies make a very significant percentage of the profits of those models because they manufacture them and own usually around 50% of those joint ventures with those Japanese car companies that I just mentioned, Toyota, Honda, and Nissan. Now, the same does not apply for the Ford F-150, right? The Ford F-150 was the 7th highest selling vehicle in the world. However, there's no Chinese car company making 50% of the profits from sales of those vehicles or manufacturing any of those vehicles. All of those profits, all of those sales purely go to Ford. The same goes for the Tesla Model 3, right? So even though this list is dominated completely by Japanese automakers, it's extremely misleading in the sense that hundreds of thousands, in fact, actually millions of those cars were made in China by Chinese car companies and gave profit to those Chinese car companies, which had to be split with those Japanese automakers. So keep that in mind when you look at this list. It's not really going to give you an accurate picture of how legacy auto companies are doing. However, let's get started by looking at what's happened with Tesla. Now, Elon Musk anticipated it. He said that Tesla products would become the world's most popular cars in the near future. And the company that compiled this list, fiatgroupworld.com, says that he was correct. They said that last year, the Tesla Model 3 was among the world's top 10 best-selling cars according to their research and data compiled from 106 markets worldwide. The Tesla Model 3 hit the top 10. It came in 9th place, and it keeps climbing. It should hit the top 5 according to Felipe from fiatgroupworld.com by the end of this year. In addition, the Toyota RAV4 outsold the Toyota Corolla. It became the first ever SUV to achieve first place in terms of model sales for a vehicle ever. The Toyota Hilux got more traction thanks to its strong position in many developing markets. So the best-selling American branded vehicle was the Ford F-150 with 562,000 sales worldwide. However, sales were down 8%. Probably one of the most surprising performers in the top 10 was the Honda HR-V, which was up 20% in a market which contracted a lot to 670,000 deliveries worldwide last year. Also important to note, right? The Tesla Model Y was in the top 20. It's expected to outsell the Tesla Model 3 by the end of this year. If that does happen, it could potentially place in the top 5 vehicle sales for models worldwide. And I'm not talking about electric versus internal combustion. I'm talking period by the end of this year. Meaning, yes, there is a very possible, realistic chance the Tesla Model Y could be the world's top selling vehicle next year. Of course, this would require some price reductions from Tesla. However, seeing as they have industry-leading margins of over 30%, that is very much within the realm of possibility happening next year. What other electric cars made the top 20? Well, the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV, which is manufactured by Wuling in China and is a joint venture between Wuling SAIC and General Motors, proves that affordable EVs are in massive demand. It came in 20th place worldwide with 391,000 deliveries. That's an increase of 238%. And it's just behind the Tesla Model Y. The Model Y, Tesla delivered 392,000, only 1,000 more than the Hongwan Mini EV. Now, what is absolutely, truly incredible about this list is that of the 110 highest selling model vehicles in the world last year, only 3 of them were electric cars. Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model Y, and the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV. There's not a single other entrant from any automaker worldwide in the 110 top selling vehicle models last year. Not a single one. Volkswagen doesn't have an entrant. BMW doesn't have one. Ford doesn't. General Motors doesn't. Even BYD didn't crack the list of the 110 top-selling models worldwide. Now, to give you some context, the 110th best-selling vehicle worldwide in terms of models last year was the Mini Hatch. It sold 166,000, which was up 1%. So there wasn't any other single model of car outside Tesla and Wuling Hongwan Mini EV, which sold more than 166,000 for that one model of electric car. But, this year, that is going to change enormously. BYD will have probably at least 5 different entrants in this list based on their current rankings worldwide. More than likely, they could even have 7 different entrants in the top 110. So we're going to go from having, only 3 vehicles in the top 110 models in 2021 to having probably around 15 this year. There's going to be an enormous difference. However, the biggest difference you're going to find, Tesla Model 3 and Model Y will both rank more than likely in the top 6 worldwide. Now, I have to say, it's pretty incredible that Ford delivered that many F-150s, considering it's the only vehicle in the top 10 on this list which is only available in a single market, North America. It's only available in Canada, the US, and some North American countries, right? Which means that its deliveries were truly staggering. Imagine if Ford sold these in other countries. Yeah, I know lots of you are going to say, no one in Europe wants F-150 pickup trucks. Maybe. But here in Australia, boy, oh boy, are they incredibly popular. People will import them and pay massive amounts to do this and then to change them from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So there is a huge demand in quite a few different countries worldwide for right-hand drive pickup trucks that are the size of a Ford F-150. Now, for those of you who are interested, the best-selling vehicle here in Australia was the Toyota Hilux. And the best-selling electric car here in Australia by far was the Tesla Model 3, which will remain for the rest of this year because Tesla won't actually deliver any Model Y vehicles to Australia here until August of this year. Now, I just want to re-emphasize, this was the first time in history. This is a historic moment right now we're looking at, right? An electric vehicle made it into the top 10 globally for the first time in the history of the planet. The Tesla Model 3 cemented its status as the most popular EV in the world by a huge margin, and in Australia with an incredible 508,000 deliveries. Now, the amazing thing is that came from just 2 vehicle plants, one in Fremont and one in Shanghai in China. Now, obviously, by the end of this year, Tesla will continue to ramp up its production of the Tesla Model 3 in its factory in Shanghai, where I think they'll be producing approximately twice as many in terms of run rate as they were by the same time last year. And they also plan on doubling the size of their Gigafactory there, where they're going to build a separate Gigafactory nearby in Shanghai. Of course, then we have, as well as that, Tesla's Gigafactory in Germany and their Gigafactory in Berlin. Tesla's Gigafactory in Berlin, Germany, and also their Gigafactory in Texas. Now, it might currently look a little bit discouraging to see that electric vehicles only have 3 entrants in the world's most popular 110 models, but the reality is very different to that. The reality is, right, that this year is a different year. This year, electric vehicles are being delivered at a record rate, and manufacturers are now ramping production up. They now know, right, without any doubt whatsoever, that customers want electric cars, and many of them won't settle for anything else. Look at the wait lists for electric cars from many different car companies. Stretches out for years for some models. People are changing. The world's changing. People's tastes are changing. And people realize, you know what? If I can get an EV, why would I settle for anything less? And that's an exciting thing to see. Now, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think the Tesla Model Y will take first place in the world next year, as I predict will happen? Or do you think it'll be someone else? Let me know if you disagree or you agree. But if you disagree, I want to know who you think. Who's going to be first place in the world next year? Will it be a Toyota Corolla? Will it be the Tesla Model 3? Will it be a Honda generic mid-sized SUV? It could be. But I'm pretty confident the Tesla Model Y will take first place, and I'm sticking with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.